My first question for you is, how did you come up with the name Gift Patrick?
Well, that's a good question because a lot of people have been asking me that same question. If Patrick was born out of my father's name, Patrick is his name. I know my family name is Omori, but that's like extended family name. But his actual name is Patrick, and my middle name is Gift. So it's actually a blend of my middle name and my father's actual name because my dad is such an amazing person that by tradition, I don't want his name to be lost in my generation. And so Gift Patrick is not just a name, it's a brand.
What was your dad like?
Ooh, I think my dad is the core of who I am. I see myself and I see a lot of things in myself, and like they say, some people never die. If you have someone that loves you, you never die. And whenever I see me do certain things and portray certain attributes and remind myself of certain principles, it always reminds me of my dad. He was such a principled person. He was that one person that I could count on or rely on when it comes to the truth. He will always tell you the truth, and he was that person that always worries about his neighbor and was always there for his people. I remember with like midnight all the time, my neighbors will always come and knock at my dad's door when they have any issue. My dad was retired from the police force almost 20, 30 years before he died, but people still came to him when they have issues because he was that kind of a person, very trustworthy. I miss him every day, but I'm glad that I still have a lot of those core teachings that he did raise me.
What was one truth that he told you, or one teaching that he gave you that guides you to this day?
That you should treat people the way you want to be treated. And that's one thing that guides me to today. When I treat people, I don't treat them because, or when I take care of people, when I look out for people, when I say I love someone, I don't do it because of what I'm getting from them. That's how I want to be treated. I give love because I want to be loved. That's what I deserve. And I respect people because I respect myself. And I show any other thing I give out is because that's what is inside of me, and it comes straight from my dad.
And your dad passed, right?
Yes.
If he were alive and he were here, what is one thing that you would love to hear him say to you?
He always told me to mind my business, focus on my life, and do the work. And I think I would like to have seen him see me today. I would have loved to see his face and his reaction to the woman I am today. And I would have loved to see that joy of fulfillment, because when you give birth to a child and you keep training, raising the child and investing in the child, I think there's that sense of fulfillment when you get to a point and look back and be like, this child is no longer a child anymore. This child is now a woman of her own. I think I would have loved to see that satisfaction in his face, that I've become that woman he has always hoped I am.
What are you hoping for in this new chapter of your life?
There's a lot I'm hoping for, but more so I want to be God's instrument of peace. And I want to be able to tell more stories that will bring peace to people's mind and home and family and wherever people are listening to my message. I want to be able to tell a story that impacts people positively and give them hope and renewedness of mind. And I can't do that by myself. I can't do that by myself because it's the spirit that leads that kind of conversation. So in this new chapter, I want to surrender more my process and my dreams and aspirations to God, and let Him use that to achieve His purpose in my life.
And at the beginning of every new journey, there are the things that excite us, but there are also the things that scare us.
Yes.
Is there anything that scares you?
Yes. The fear of failure. And these have always been my fears since I was a child, and I think that's what drives me. I don't want to fail, not because I'm afraid to be laughed at, because when you fail, people laugh at you. I'm fine. I always see failure as an opportunity to grow. But when I say failure, I don't want to look back 10 years to today and say, I didn't actualize my dream. Because I feel like my dream is tied to a lot of people's dream. Because I want my dreams to inspire people, to help people, to bring peace to people through storytelling, through conversations like this. And if I fail to do that, people that are relying or that God wants to use those kind of conversations, those kind of messages to heal and to inspire and to help and to bring to His kingdom, I'm going to be failing again. And if you fail one person, that's a potential generation that you're failing. So that's one thing that scares me, and that's one thing that keeps me going too. It's not about me; it's about the future.
Have you ever depended on someone and they failed you?
All the time. All the time. I think that's part of life, and I hope the people that are listening to this video realize that people, depending on people, it's totally recommendable. But always realize that the person that holds the key to your success and your failure is you and God. But no man is an island. You can't succeed on your own. I have to rely on my family for emotional support. When I'm weak, I have to trust my friend to pick me up when I'm weak sometimes. Because when I come on camera and talk to you, I need to be filled. I have to recharge by my support system. I have to rely on them, but that doesn't mean they're not going to be there all the time. So there have been a lot of times where people have disappointed me, but that doesn't mean I'm going to stop trusting people. Because there have been a lot of times where people have come to my aid. In fact, I'm here because of the people. The show that I'm actually standing on is people. So I'm going to keep trusting people, and I'm going to keep praying for the ones that disappoint me.
And if you could ask your audience to pray in agreement with you for one thing this year, what would you ask them to pray with you for?
This year, I would ask my audience to pray for the grace to be able to keep feeding them the right message, to keep reaching them at their point of needs, and for me to be able to continue to grow in this path, to reach broader audience who need these messages. Because there are a lot of people that need these messages that don't have the resources. So that's my prayer. My prayer is to keep growing and to keep reaching the right people with the right message.
Amen. Thank you, Ike.
Thank you.